Hello, everybody. Welcome to ENC 1101. My name is Jackie Pierce. I am your instructor for this short term ENC 1101. We are only in the H1 term, which means that this course is accelerated. It is an 8-week course as opposed to 14 to 16 weeks in a normal semester. It is roughly the same amount of work, but of course it will allow you to conceivably take both ENC 1101 and ENC 1102 here in the spring semester of 2024. I am also teaching the H2 section of ENC 1102. So hopefully you'll be with me all semester and we'll have a great time. One of the things that I do every week is post an announcement video like this, where I walk you through what's happening during the week. This is, of course, week 1, and there's a lot of stuff to look over in your Canvas shell that you have newly acquired access to. And there's a couple of assignments that are due this week. So I want to go through that with you and show you what you need to do. This week is a little bit low stress. There's not a lot of hardcore writing to do, but it is very important for you to go through the learning materials this week so that you are aware of what's happening in the course, what to expect, and all of that good stuff. So one of the things that I do each week is share my screen in the student view. So what you are seeing on my screen should look very much like what you see on your screen. This is our home page in Canvas, and every time you log into Canvas, this is where you will land. If you are utilizing online or the mobile version of Canvas, it may look a little bit different, and I would encourage you to, as much as humanly possible, not rely too heavily on the mobile version. You do need to be on a real computer or a laptop when you are doing your homework for the course. Some of the things that you can read and certainly videos you can watch, but when it comes time to doing the actual assignments, you do really need to be on a full version. Canvas has made some great strides, but it's not perfect. On the homepage, couple things I want to point out. Number one is, of course, there are 3 sort of navigational areas. The far left hand is Canvas itself. So that's where you would go back to your dashboard or your history and all that good stuff. But the main thing that's over there that you need to utilize, besides going back to your list of courses, is the inbox. One of the things I want to encourage you this semester is, if you need to contact me, that you utilize the inbox feature within Canvas. The nice thing about that is it saves you from having to open your student email over and over again, because a lot of people just forget about that email. And it's a great way to quickly get in touch with me. Now, those inbox notifications do come to my email, and they will go to your email. But when you are communicating via Canvas, you can just go straight to the inbox, and that is the best way to stay in touch with not only me, but with any of your instructors this semester. The next column is the navigation for our particular course, and you'll notice there's not a lot of links over there. I try to keep it very simple. You do have a link to the home page, which of course is where you are now, and you can always click on home to come back to this page. The main way that you will navigate Canvas is the modules, which we're going to look at in a minute. So that's the second link down. That's why it's so close to the top. We have the discussion link. Normally, you'll have discussions that come up as part of your assigned work each week, but there is also a discussion that you may need to access separately. And so here is, I'm going to show you on the discussions link. You will notice the very top one is always going to be this Q&A discussion board. This is not anything that you need to do for a grade. This is literally what it sounds like. It's for questions and answers. Now, If your question is about your individual grade, or if you're needing to tell me something about, oh, your Aunt Mary is in the hospital, whatever. If it's something that's private to you, please do use inbox. But if you have questions about the course or any of the assignments, the chances are you're not the only student who has those questions. So please do utilize this. In order to post, you just click the reply and you can write your question in here. You can also attach things. You can attach a file if you need to. Under documents, you could conceivably record your question under the little play and music button. You can insert photos. There's all kinds of fun things that you can do. You could change the font and the style, whatever. It's really a pretty usable system. And when you are done writing your question, you will click post reply. You can also, I'm not going to post this because I don't really have a question for myself today. You can also click on this subscribe button. I'm in as a sample student, so I'm not going to subscribe because I'm not actually a student in the course. I've already subscribed in my own, when I'm in my own view. But when you click the subscribe button here, you will get a notification in your inbox whenever anybody posts a question or when I post an answer. So it's a good idea to subscribe to the Q&A discussion board. All right. You also have links to the grade book. This is where you will find all of your grades, and we will talk about this more down the road. But one of the things you need to be aware of is when you are looking at your grades, you have the ability to not only look at the the scores, but you're going to be able, this is where you will come to access my feedback and things like that. I just have placeholders in here, so I have not, these are all just kind of pretend, but this is where you will see your scores. This is where you will also see how you're doing in the class. Okay, so that's what grades are. People will allow you to see the other people in the class. Student feedback on instruction will be something we utilize at the end of the term to do your feedback, literally, on the course. The library link, of course, will take you to the Valencia College Library, and you will be using that a lot this semester. So you may want to go ahead and take a look at it. And then Simple Syllabus is a tool that all of the high enrollment courses like ENC1101 use. It is a very, very brief form of a syllabus. You're going to see the full syllabus in week 1. All right, so let's talk about another column that's on the home page. There is a column on the far right-hand side called the to-do column. And this is one of the most dangerous columns in Canvas history because a lot of people want to just click on these assignments and go try to do them. It is extremely important that you not do that, because if you haven't done the readings and videos and learning for the week, you are going to struggle to complete these assignments properly. So it's great that they're over here. If you know you've done everything you need to do and all you need to do is go post on the Getting to Know You board, you are more than welcome to click on the link and it will take you there. But I want you to try to kind of forget about the to-do list and utilize the modules page, which we'll look at in a second. Also, on the home page, you will have, and there aren't any yet, which is why announcements isn't showing up over here, and there's nothing at the top of the page with recent announcements. There will be by the time I post this, so you will have the first one. New announcements are always at the very top of the home page. There will also be a link showing once there are announcements that says announcements. I make at least one announcement a week, so do keep an eye on them. Like I said, for sure, the weekly walkthrough videos will be posted in the announcements. And it is very important that you watch those early in the week because they will help you make it through the rest of the week. We have the course description. This is from the college catalog, of course, the learning outcomes. This is one place that you can access the full course syllabus. It's also in the modules, so I'm going to show you there instead of here. You have a welcome video from me, which I encourage you to watch, and then you have my contact information. This phone number is during the day. I do work full-time at Valencia College at the Lake Nona campus in instructional design. And so my phone number, it also rings to my teams. So even on days when I'm working remotely, you can reach me there. I do not talk on the phone very often though, so please do use inbox more so than trying to give me a phone call. It just will get you a lot faster service. I also will give you my text number. This is my cell phone number, so please do not abuse this. You can text me if it's an emergency and maybe you've sent an inbox and I haven't answered it and it's 5 minutes later and you're freaking out. By all means, feel free to text me. When you do, though, make sure that you include your full name, the class that you're in, and that you're at Valencia, because I do teach for a couple of different schools. Here's another link back to that Q&A discussion board, so you can access that on the home page as well. And then we have the Start Here button, which is going to take us into the modules. Below that, though, before we go there, I want to show you the semester at a glance. I did find out fairly recently that we actually have our last day on the 29th, I believe, instead of the 28th, but let's plan on being done by the 28th, and then we don't have to worry about it. It is a leap year, so there's a weird thing there, but you'll notice that most of our weeks start on Monday, end on Sunday. The only one that doesn't is the last week of classes, and it is a short week. There's nothing new due during the final week, and we do not have a final exam, but you are going to turn in a final assignment on Wednesday, the 28th. And of course, we'll go over that by the time we get there. But this will give you an overview. It'll also show you in one easy spot what you have due and when they are due. Every assignment other than that final portfolio is due on a Sunday night at 11:59:59. All right, so let's go to the modules. We can do the Start Here button, or we can click on modules. Chances are, because it's a little further down, when you want to go in and out of the modules on a normal basis, you'll probably click here. So that's where I'm going to click. All right, so in week one, you are going to be introducing yourselves to each other, to me, and of course, there's an introduction to the course as well. Every one of the modules is set up the same way. There are two, what we call in Canvas, pages. One gives you the overview of the week, and the next is the one where you will do all of your, there'll be links to all your reading assignments and any videos that you need to watch. The learning materials page will prepare you for the next part, which is what is due this week. Typically, we have two things due each week. This week is two things: Getting to Know You, which is a discussion board, and the Startup Scavenger Hunt, which is in quiz format. You'll notice there's a little airplane or rocket. That's the quiz icon. So you do want to make sure that before you start those, you have done all of the assignments in terms of reading and whatnot. You'll notice right now there's only 4 weeks that are published. I will publish the rest of them probably in the next week or two. But I wanted to get you started, and these were all 100% ready to go. So you are welcome to look ahead, but you don't need to. If you tackle this stuff 1 week at a time, you are going to be in great shape. All right, so let's go to the overview first, and this is what it'll always look like. There'll be a little literal overview, and then there will be a list of what our objectives or outcomes are for each of the weeks. So do take a chance to read those at the beginning of the week. They get a little bit repetitive, and I think sometimes people end up skipping over them, which is fine, honestly. But they're there for your benefit, so I would take a look at them each time. You have 2 options to go forward. You can click on the next button, or you can go back to the modules. I'm going to click on next because it's going to take you to the week 1 learning materials. All right. So this week, your tasks are to go through all of this stuff. Okay. So first you're going to familiarize yourself with the homepage. We talked about that, but you're there's a link to it. You're going to review the course syllabus in full. And again, this is the full version, and it's also linked on the homepage. Please pay special attention to the portions of the syllabus which cover these. And then let me show you what that looks like. It is a PDF. So you are able to print it out if you want to. You certainly don't have to. Personally, I like to print these out because I like to kind of use it as a checklist. It is imperative that you read this carefully. It has all of the pertinent policies, including how late work is figured. And I am not going to read it to you. So you do need to read each section of the syllabus carefully. I know it's long. I know it's not the most exciting thing to read, but please do spend some time looking at that this week. Okay. When we go back, we will, oops, took us all the way back. All right. We have the a link to Valencia's Canvas resources. That is going to be important because you may find yourself needing help with Canvas from time to time. If this is the first time you've used Canvas, you may want to take a look at that. Check out Valencia's student resources. Valencia offers tutoring at all of the campuses. There are writing center tutors and tutors for other courses as well. We have a link to the support and privacy policies. Nobody really needs to memorize these, but it's important that you know where to find them. So learner support, user support, tech support, all of that kind of stuff. If you have not already got it on your computer, please do make sure you set up your Office access. You have free Word as a student at Valencia, and you are going to need to use Microsoft Word to create your documents for this course. We are also going to be using one of the library's tools, which is Valencia Writer. You do not need to purchase a textbook. Everything that we're going to use in this course is going to be on this page, and there are tons of resources. So I'll also give you specific links to, like, if we're going to look at one of the rhetorical patterns pages, but you may want to kind of go through here and see what is available within Valencia Writer. This is my video for navigating the course. So you'll notice that there is a video here, and I had given myself a note, but I haven't made it yet, so I have to post it. But anyway, there'll be a video here for navigating Canvas, and then it is time to submit your assignments. Now, there's two ways to submit the assignments. Again, you can click on Next. It will take you to the first of the two assignments, the Getting to Know You. But I think for the assignments, it's probably good to go back to the modules, or even now we could click on the links on the homepage. So the Getting to Know You discussion board is exactly what it sounds like. You're going to introduce yourself. I would strongly suggest including either a photo, or you could do your whole introduction by video if you so desire. Like I said before, on the Q&A, you can hit reply. Now, this one is going to be graded. So you will eventually get a grade for this, but you will click reply, just like we did there. If you wanted to record directly into the box, you certainly can. You can upload or record the media. Here is where record is, and this is going to get real weird because it's going to show me twice. But this is what where you would record. And then when you're done, you would click post reply. You can also use a tool called Kaltura. That's what this little fancy thing is. If you want to do more elaborate videos where maybe you share photos and things like that, you could use Kaltura. It has a lot of useful things. All right. Whatever you do, please make sure that you answer the questions, and you will be required to respond to your fellow classmates within a week. So the due date is for your post, and then you will receive points for your responses to others, but you will receive those all up front, and you will only lose them if you don't do it. So if you look at your grade book here's where it says responding to others on discussions. You right now should also have a 50 out of 50. And then if you don't post, then those points go down. So that's how that works. Okay. Your other assignment this week, like I said, is the startup scavenger hunt. It is a quiz. So you do need to take it all at once. There is no time limit, but you do only have one attempt. So make sure that you're done reading everything and looking over everything. I would keep a separate window open though, because you may need to go back in and look at the syllabus again to get the answers. That is perfectly fine. This is not something that is meant to trip you up. Okay, so both of those are worth 50 points. By the end of this week, you will have submitted work for up to 100 points, which is the first 10th of your grade. My courses are always worth 1,000 points because math is not my strong suit. It used to be, but 1,000 is easy. Percentages are easier that way. Everything is easier that way. All right. Excuse me. So that is what you are doing in week 1. If you have any questions this week, please do reach out via text or inbox, or if it's a question that you think others might have, the Q&A discussion board so that everybody can get the answer at the same time. All right, everybody. Well, I will see you back here for sure next week for the week 2 weekly walkthrough. And in the meantime, I hope everybody has a great first week of classes. Good luck, everybody.